Life of gratitude, which is like her new slogan. And I think that perspective just carries me through most things. Like, I think of her when we were younger. I don't know how she did it. Like, working mom and like a big corporate job, Johnson Bank, like vice president, all these titles and things that she's working towards herself. But then custody battle. You know, our father was incarcerated for a little. She's doing all these things by herself. Dating life, like getting it all done. And she did it.
I don't know how she did it. Literal superhero. I mean, it was undetectable to us that she may have been struggling too.
This is such a great gift. Is this a real Mother of the Year episode?
Hey everyone, it's your host Richie Burke, and today I'm proud to bring you our Milwaukee Uncut Mother of the Year episode in honor of Mother's Day, and we get to highlight one of Brie and I's favorite people on planet Earth, Carmen Tenuta. Gotten to know her over the last several years. Her daughter Grace has been on the show several times, and we also had AJ, her son, on, who's quite a character. Got into some great stories today, so I think you're gonna like this one. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I don't want to waste any time. Let's dive in with Grace and AJ, and then we'll bring in Carmen Tenuta.
I just have heard her talk about her father and like her experiences with him and parenting through him. And he's, you know, they're all immigrants, our family, and my mom's, you know, first gen here, but she still speaks Italian, and like the entire upbringing is Italian.
She's very
you know?
Italian.
Yeah. So
like a brash Italian.
Oh,
too.
It is as brash as it gets for sure. But I mean, what an experience. But we both do this thing I've found over just hearing stories. Like, we share those things that like every kid or any young adult never tells their parents. Like those stories you never want your mom or dad to know. Like, it's the relationship my mom and I have had for years. Like, the dumbest things that you never want anybody to know. Like, I come home
Grace,
and tell my mom.
Tell her that
They say
stuff,
some
do
crazy.
you? She seems like she tries to get that out of you and
Yes.
desperately wants to, but can't.
For sure.
They have
Okay.
some crazy shit though. I don't have that.
Whereas like, yeah, I'll come home like, yeah, ma, like he pushed me, so I punched him, you know, like at school or whatever, like all the dumbest things that you never want to tell on yourself. Whereas like I have such a comfortability with my mom, and I'm, you know, partially because the way she raised us, like a long time, it was just me, Grace, and my mom. So she was a very, you know, versatile parent
played
with
both
me.
roles.
Yeah, no, I mean, Grace had a great blueprint, but like my mom could tap into this like masculine, you know, way to teach me things too, you know.
And tell us a little bit about growing up. Carmen was a
Sure.
single mother. You guys have what, a 3 year age gap?
Two.
Two. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
2 years older than Grace.
Yep.
Yeah, tell me about that. What was that like?
Like I said, they're two peas in a pod. They're quick wit, their humor, them going back and forth. I was kind of just like the mediator, or if there was an argument, I'm like saying whose side I'm on, and then they both end up yelling at me because I took a side.
For sure.
And I don't know, really enjoyable, like lots of fun.
You had a very nice courtside seat to a lot of like antics
Banter.
between me and her, for sure. I mean, I'm trying to think in particular, like there was one time I'll never forget this the rest of my life because, you know, like I'll swear, and like I'm not afraid of using the F word or telling somebody to screw off, but like I rarely flip people off with my middle finger because when I was 9, I was in the backseat of my mom's car with Grace, and for whatever reason I had seen it somewhere. I don't know. I was just like, I'm just one of those kids. Like, I'll try shit out. Like, I'll see somebody do something, I'm trying it. And I saw somebody flip a bird to somebody. So for no reason in particular, I flipped off the car next to me, and the guy lost it, and he cut my mom off, screaming at her, cussing her out, and she's just completely mind blown. She has no idea.
She didn't know why.
And like, I'm so excited to tell her that it was me, right? Like, just because that's the type of relationship we have, and I can't wait to tell my mom, if it's for better or worse, that I caused it, right? And she gets so mad, like, and I feel blessed from my mother's parenting, like the way she raised us, the way she scolded us, the discipline. She could tap into such a disciplinarian attitude, and you know, she would whoop us, but it was the most important whoopings I got in my life. Like it was so warranted. Like, I deserved it. Like, I flipped this guy off. He's trying to run my mom off the road. So she grabs this little pocket umbrella from the seat, and she's just trying to like knock me with it. And it's soft. It's soft. Like it's so soft. I'm dying laughing, right? And I'm laughing at her. Now she's, you know, one thing about my mother that you could know is when she's her angriest, she doesn't look angry. When my mother is her angriest, she smiles. She smiles at you.
Which
So that's what you want to avoid, a smiling
yes,
Carmen.
Yes. I mean, there's it's a different smile. Like, there's like a eyebrow
It's an evil
change.
smile.
I don't know what to call it. Yeah. And you know, it's sickening, crazy, but I have it too now. But she flipped this umbrella while I was laughing to the metal handle, and then she just cracked me once, and the pain, I like remember it from today. Like, I'll never use my middle finger again the rest of my life. But that's just an example.
Just them dancing sticks out, like anywhere we go. I have videos of them on my Instagram, especially after a couple palomas,
sure.
couple drinks. It's a whole Michael Jackson. They both can moonwalk.
Well, I don't know if she told you. My mom corporate juggernaut, in my opinion. Like half the reason I started in the corporate world when I wanted to start my career too. But she, before her corporate journey, like she was a legitimate hip hop like teacher with her sister. Like
Really?
like yeah. And I don't know how professional it is. Like I don't know if they were like just
At the
holding-
local YMCA.
Yeah, but like
Carmen was teaching
legitimate.
some hip hop dance.
legitimate, and it's specifically hip hop. There was no other, they loved the culture, and I think '90s music, especially in that genre, was like unbelievable. So they were, they had the greatest soundtracks to like practice that to, and she like just showed us it right away so early on, where we were like,
we grew up studying music videos.
absolutely, like
yeah.
learning how to like dance just like Michael Jackson, or like. Grace loved this one Nate Dogg song, like for whatever reason you would never expect it. Nate Dogg, rest in peace. Nate Dogg.
Did she have the parental advisory versions, or was
No,
she just
no.
letting it rip?
It was letting it rip. Like I said, it was just us three at some point. Like I think my mother at one point felt very secure with me and Grace because we were like friends and her kids. Like that's
Yeah.
the way the relationship kind of turned into now, where it's like my mom's like my best friend and
Same.
my mom, but it's because we were hanging out, and like I remember being like a little kid, like it just felt like these are my friends, like we're dancing.
Only when that smile comes out was it different. But
Absolutely.
she's so cool though, because if we were doing something wrong, like a dance move wrong, or like she could do it better, it was you know how she is. It's always like a step aside. I'll show you how it's done.
For sure.
And that's why we love her.
Oh, absolutely. And it like translated so well now, where it's like I'm so confident. Like I'm at brewery some nights, like I'm like dancing my
He is at
life
brewery.
away, like or all because, and it's all from her. Like the confidence. I just know people struggle with things like dancing or like trying to put yourself out there in a public setting, and like we don't think twice about it, and it's all from her. I mean, she just has all the confidence in the world in herself. So
She's also
I
not.
got zero dancing. Negative confidence.
You need to hang out with Carmen. She'll
You'll
make you do
just-
some
yeah.
stuff you don't want to do in the
You'll
best
pick
way.
it up though.
God.
You'll pick it up. for
Well, I'm
sure.
starting improv, which I'm terrified about.
That's a big
since
step.
Bree's gone through it 2 times now. She was my inspiration on that front. So
Okay.
That's awesome. I also love
Yeah.
that she's never easily pleased. I feel like we were talking about with my career, or like I'm still very early on, but like trying things or doing things and not being afraid to fail. It's because I could go sing at like the inauguration and she'd be like, eh. And I feel like it's that immigrant, like they don't care, like nobody cares.
Well,
Like
it's like she wants. I don't think my mother was like always preaching to never feel like you've truly arrived somewhere.
Yeah.
Like always have something to chase.
Jewel humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would do things like Grace was unbelievably talented at basketball, like could shoot the lights out. And, right off the court, she's getting applauses from everybody. People like our kids and peers run up to her, and like my mom is like, and my stepdad, like our family's just the first one to tell her like everything that was wrong and what she needs to do better. And I think that like is just in us now to like never really feel satisfied unless, I'm sure there's moments when we both know that we've done a good job, but it's I think it's so important to always like have that in front of me to like keep going now. She just taught us that, so, but yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything?
that's why
on
she's
that?
so modest about Mother of the Year.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
For sure.
She does. She does. It seems like she instilled almost a healthy blend of confidence, yet like
Yeah.
don't be arrogant. You work
Absolutely.
hard, and keep going.
Absolutely.
type of thing,
Yeah.
which
Never
is
put
important.
out. Absolutely. You don't want to put out anybody else's light to make yours bigger. Like all those things that you just like think about your mom telling you something like that maybe. But like I just to this day like we practice it just because the way she just instilled it in us. Like it was, priceless to me.
And passion though too, like she said, you got to be a little crazy. Can't be. When she was here, she's talking about being boring versus crazy, and how sometimes I'm like her mom because out of the three of us, I'm definitely the most boring. But
I don't know about that.
but she
30 jobs at once.
well 30 jobs
Yeah,
is
you
boring.
probably are. I would be too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of those two.
So, but yeah, having a little passion, a little bit of crazy to you, I feel like that's why people remember her. Like I haven't met one person that's not like, oh my god, I know your mom, and I'm like, yep.
Well, for sure. That's like a whole other thing too. It's like I feel like she's unlike any other mother in the world. Like the way I feel like other people, when I've met certain moms and their family, like the mom still kind of seems like this star of the show in the way compared to like, people grow up and have kids and it's kind of about them now. And like some moms are just kind of interesting with it.
Whoa,
But I
okay.
think our mother, like she did such an interesting thing, like where she dedicated herself completely to me and Grace, like making sure we turned out all right, but like maintain this thing where like she is like the aura, like the star of the show, like it is all there. Like when I'm walking down the street with her, we are stopped every 2 seconds. Like somebody knows her every couple seconds. Like I think about Racine when we would go to like Party on the Pavements the first of the month. Like everybody just like running to our mom and like we're just kind of like, hey,
it's cool
yeah,
because, and she's always like, say hi.
Yeah.
It's cool because she's not like some big like famous person.
doesn't
It's
care
just because
about
of
it.
how she treats people that they're like
Absolutely.
so receptive to her and want to be around her, and she's crazy. She's funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love during the interview, which we'll get into, when she was talking about, I just start everyone at 10. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people takes people don't let people into their circle or
Yeah.
their life, and they're standoffish at the beginning, and they really need to get to know you. And
Absolutely.
sometimes you get burned when you let people in right away. But I think that's a nice way to go about life. I think net you're much better off that way, giving everyone a chance at the beginning and being open and just liking people
Absolutely.
and being kind to people.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that for sure.
I liked that line from Carmen.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
coming up on the episode.
She's good at it. There's certain scenarios where all of a sudden she'll be like, why would you start that person off at a 10, you know, for sure. Like there's some sort of temperature gauge you got to have where like, okay,
Yeah.
that guy was, or that girl, then whatever, you know, that was not the person to talk to for sure. But, you know.
You know what's interesting is I think about with that, you're very hesitant as opposed to me, which like, as we know from the dating episodes, very boring, very not much going on. However, I feel like you always have a lot going on, but you're very selective with who you let meet our mom, because our mom is going to tell you straight up like,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
You
not
gotta
just,
be. You gotta be.
Yeah, that's not just me figuring that out. I mean, there was years of trials and tribulations with like when I lived under the same roof as my mom. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're both really, you know, we're not ugly people. We meet people all the time. Like we're with our mom, who's gorgeous.
I'm great
you know?
looking.
Yeah, you know, we meet people.
humble.
I mean, I'm humble.
No
guys,
confidence
but-
over there at all. No
none.
confidence
No,
over
no.
there at all.
No, it's
All right. So when
because-
were you bringing chicks back to Carmen's house?
In high school, for
yeah,
sure.
so my whole thing was that.
Was she all over that?
So it was funny. My mom
Or
gave
did
me
she
this.
give you some space?
Yeah, it's like it was interesting because I don't think she knew what she wanted to do in that situation. Because, like I said, like single mom, and then now I have this stepdad, and you know he's a stepdad, and he's so good to my mom, but you know he's only got so much jurisdiction as a fatherly role, I'd say. So my mom, I think, was filling it out the same way I was, where I definitely, I mean, a lot of times, like I could tell in 5 seconds of bringing a girl home, like how my mother feels about her, and then it was just whether or not I still wanted to like. I don't even know how to describe it. for
Because
lack of
my
a better
mom's not
term.
fake, so it's all over her face. Usually, if a
Yeah.
girl was like just here for one reason, her and AJ would go to his room or the basement or whatever. As soon as they close the door, she looks at me like,
All right.
I don't like her. She's here for one reason. Get her out of here. As
Well,
soon
she
as
would look at the smallest things, like somebody's shorts, or you know what I mean, like
They're
the way
short
like,
shorts, yeah.
hoop earrings used to like. She'd be like, "That girl's clearly, you know."
And then she'd be
Because
like, go
Carmen
down there.
definitely never wore hoop earrings.
Right, but it's like, come
during
on.
hip
I
hop
think she wears
dance.
them on the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, no, you know what
Seriously,
she.
no, I mean, I'm just giving examples of what it doesn't. It's what she wanted from us, though, or for us, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure she was like that with you and
Then
guys.
she puts me in a tough spot because she's like, go
Yeah.
down there and see what they're doing.
But now it's like I have such a process with women vetting wise. Like it is so far away the meeting my mother part, just for me at least. And maybe for other people, they're so excited about that. But my mother deserves like, and I've just seen her kind of have a little look of disappointment at times when I bring somebody around, or maybe her too. But
Hey,
she
no.
deserves that like moment where like, and I deserve it too. I feel like at this point where it's like, look what I brought home.
You
Mom,
keep
you know?
dancing your heart out at the brewery.
Yeah.
You'll
Might
get there
find
soon.
something.
You'll get there
Yeah,
soon.
that
You're
is
in the
the-
right spot. You're doing all the right things.
Right.
You just keep at it, and you'll
I
make
love
it
that.
someday. Yep.
That is not where I'm looking for my personal choice.
Well,
but,
maybe you
woman,
should
but
be more open-minded like Carmen is.
That's what the
Yeah.
moral of the story is here, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
Any other favorite life lessons from Carmen?
There's
You got
so
one?
many. Not top of mind.
There's so many. I mean, I could think. I just captioned an Instagram picture the other day. I was struggling about it. It was like a recap of our trip, and it was all about my mom. And I was just trying to think about things she said. And one of the things I just say it all the time now to this day, like to rather have 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies, which she quoted from Al Capone. You know, however long ago Al Capone was alive and said that, but. I think that is like one of the most important things because I get really caught up in the life that I live. I mean, not that it's so grand or anything, but I love being social. I'm very social, and I go out and I like to meet people. I
You got
talk.
that from her.
I'm a yapper just like her, and you know, all of a sudden you just start acquiring people and acquaintances and knowing people. And all these relationships come, and then you just really realize like how important are they? And like, thank God I had the mom that I had to like kind of just remind me that like, you know, it is much more valuable to have like, 3 or 4 people that you can like count on in any situation instead of all these people that remember you or know you from whatever, and that was probably one of the biggest for me for sure. That and to maintain, probably the biggest thing my mom ever told me was to maintain my relationship with my sister. And I guess if I'm going off a lot here, but my sister and I have like a relationship that I look around at other brothers and sisters, especially with the 2-year gap or whatever. And it's definitely, I have not met anybody like us. And it's not like we're doing anything crazy or cool. It's just the tightness. Like my mom told us a billion times as kids, like we'll never be as strong as on our own as we are together. And, for whatever reason, you can look at that how you want. But from there, like, I hang out with my sister. I'm 26 years old. I hang out with her at least 2 times a week. I don't know a lot of people doing that. And it's like,
no,
it's the most valuable, priceless thing in the world. It's like, and people make stupid comments or say whatever the hell they want about it. But like, I think it's the coolest girl in the world to sitting on my right here. Second coolest maybe to Carmen. But it was all from my mom to remind us that like we met so many people, so many times we could forget that lesson. But like, and maybe I've sometimes forgotten it minusculely, but it was the most important thing I learned to like keep that intact, like to never fold on how important it is, to keep that relationship. I don't know if you have anything to add on that, but
I think she's been saying lately, life of gratitude, which is like her new slogan. And I think that perspective just carries me through most things. Yeah. Like, I think of her when we were younger. I don't know how she did it. Like working mom and like a big corporate job, Johnson Bank, like vice president, all these titles and things that she's working towards herself. But then custody battle, our father was incarcerated for a little. She's doing all these things by herself. Yep. Dating life, like getting it all done. And she did it. Like, that's why Coach K says, like, if you want to talk about being tired or superheroes, think of your mom, because they don't get tired. Like, she had to do it all. So this whole perspective thing for me is huge. Like, I have a plate in my shoulder, ACL tear, just any little drama that comes up in my life. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, there's bigger things. She really just instilled that. So I think it helps me in whatever uncertainty I'm facing in my 20s or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I can second that for sure.
Love it. And what are you guys most proud of when it comes to having Carmen as your mother?
Ooh, God. Go ahead, buddy.
Most proud of?
Go ahead. I got one.
Most proud of.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I think...
Thank you.
mean, this one, hopefully I don't get emotional about thinking about it. Jeez, that'd be ridiculous. But
you are getting emotional.
My mother, Grace and I had a weird upbringing compared to most kids in certain times. Like there was just certain make or break points where things could have went this way or that way. And my mother, she made sure that we got where all the other kids went. And I'm saying like through life, the journey of becoming an adult from a kid, like the way that it could have went, and the ways that I could have turned out with just having a single mom, no dad around as far as an influencer. Grace with wanting to be like her so much because of how incredible she is. Like she got us to where everybody else was when there was like dark times, light times. Like she still made sure like I like to say about us that we blend in well. Like everybody's got their demons and skeletons, but like sometimes I'm like, damn, like I'm not supposed to be able to speak this well or have the confidence in myself. And likewise with you, I'm sure you feel that, but like, that is my proudest thing about her. Like, I don't know how she did it. She's just, and I can't say just, she's one woman, but like literal superhero. I mean, she got us exactly where we were supposed to be in life, and she didn't complain. She didn't whine about it once. And it was undetectable to us that she may have been struggling too, and I think that is like the coolest superhero shit or whatever you want to call it in the world. I mean, I don't know anybody else. Jeez. I don't know anybody else that could do that. I mean, maybe there's a million people with that similar situation, but for me, like knowing where I'm at, and I'm not anywhere crazy, but I know that it could be a lot different, and I'm so proud and grateful of that for sure. Sorry if that was long-winded.
That was long-winded.
So sorry.
I see those. It was so good.
I love that.
I see those videos on Instagram where it's like, then you realize your mom's just a girl too, experiencing life for the first time, and I'm like, wow, like holy shit. Because for me, I think what's so cool about her, there's tons of things, but I'm most proud of, even when it was just her and we were kind of struggling or what have you, we had to switch from private to public schools growing up because of the whole single income household. Yeah. And she really did her thing there. But she still, during those Christmases, those holidays, it was, we're going to go to the shelter and volunteer, or we're going to take a name off the tree and we're going to find gifts for these kids. It's always been about like something bigger than herself or just us. And so
100%.
I'm sure there's tons of moms like that out there. Like she says in this episode, there's tons of moms that could have been Mother of the Year. But for me, that's just something I'll take with me. Like the gratitude and the generosity tenfold. She's amazing at it. And it comes through in how she makes people feel. So that's my life goal, is to get to that level.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you guys for dropping in.
Absolutely. It's
Thank
cool
you for
to be
having
here.
us.
Absolutely.
Now let's dive in with Carmen Tenuta.
Woo!
All right, that was segment 1 with Grace and AJ. We brought them back in for that intro. Now we're going to get to Carmen. Carmen and Grace popped in here after we got birthday drinks. I actually am lucky enough to share the same birthday with Carmen. So here we go with Carmen Tenuta. Let's dive in. Carmen Tenuta in the building. And we've got her daughter, Grace Scalzo.
I'm ecstatic to be here with my mom. Hi, Mom. How you doing?
Great. Thank you.
Who's also ecstatic to be here. We were just actually celebrating our birthdays. Carmen and I have the same birthday.
Love that.
Got a couple drinks in her, and then she reluctantly agreed to come on the podcast. And we are very happy to have you.
Here's the thing, though. Mother of the Year. It's not, I love being a mom, but I've learned from so many great moms. It's not.
She doesn't feel like
Is
it's
this a real Mother of the Year episode?
Absolutely. It's
What
well
the
deserving, Carmen. We had my Grandma
guys, and it was
Laney
one
on last
drink,
year.
just so we know.
Shout out to Grandma Laney,
Yeah, hi,
93
Grandma
years
Laney.
old, and this is the second annual Mother's Day episode.
There's no one more deserving, truly. I know you're gonna doubt it, and I know that there's a lot of moms we could be shouting
Carmen, you're
out.
like our favorite, Brie and I's favorite person. Just through working at Johnson with Johnson Financial for a few years, and just really appreciate your humor and your zest for life and lack of filter. Sometimes you're awesome.
Okay, I'm not going to get emotional. We just celebrated our birthdays. We both have the same birthday, so I thought it was perfect that we got together.
We
I
finally
love-
got to have a
Yes,
drink together.
yes.
Been waiting for that. Grace said it was rare
5
that
years.
you came down and celebrated.
She
So
doesn't,
we're
yeah.
flattered. Brie and I are flattered too.
I do have a friend in Milwaukee I like to go out with, Beth Wyrick, who's announced her retirement, but I really don't go out with people.
Way to go to Beth.
Yeah.
Way to go, Beth.
I
Downtown Milwaukee.
That's DJ Shauna's
Legend.
mom, right?
DJ
Oh, it
Shauna.
is.
That's how
Yes.
she says it to me. She's always
Yes.
like, me and DJ Shauna's mom are headed to.
I'm sorry. Well,
Speaking of the nicest person ever, DJ Shauna.
Oh.
Literally.
Right up there.
But okay, I wanted to say that I know that you feel like you don't deserve this and everything, but just like he was saying, your zest for life and things, the way you make people feel is your favorite superpower that you have, my favorite of your superpowers, and you have endless. So I want to know, like, where does this come from? Because it's something I'll never be able to replicate. My friends notice it. People notice it. You just like have this energy about you, and you're like my bestie. So I want to hear, like, how are you like just so full of life? Isn't it a good question though? You're crazy.
It's a great question. Right. It's a little bit of crazy helps, right? And just don't take anything too seriously.
Aw.
And, having immigrant parents, it just makes you think, like, what's really important? Just my kids, right life, and enjoying every day. Because if you've had some loss, you think, like, let's go for it. Let's do it. And we're with the...
Carmen, what was it like growing up with Italian immigrant parents? And where did you grow up in Racine, or do you just live there now? Where did you grow
No,
up?
I grew up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yes, we were born and
big
raised.
difference from Racine, all
Big
the way down to Kenosha. Thank you
Listen,
for
it
the
is
correction.
different.
That line,
Shout
that
out
KR,
to Kenosha.
Yes, that KR line is a very big deal from the Racine, Kenosha. So now living in Mount Pleasant, which is in Racine County.
Bougie.
Very. I was born and raised in Kenosha, and lots of, like I said, I have 20 first cousins. Lots of my father had five brothers and a sister, and so there we all were. So that's where they migrated to, is Kenosha. So
And your first language was Italian.
correct.
And so when you yell at us, what does it sound like?
In Italian, or swear words, but it's fine.
Yeah.
What you want me to say?
Let's hear something. Let's hear when
No,
when
what? How is
AJ
that?
does something.
How is
When
that Mother of
AJ's
the
at
Year?
the harp till 5 a.m., what do you say to him?
How
do you
do we
respond
know
to
that AJ goes to the harp?
Maybe because you're on Snapchat.
Oh.
Maybe you see it on there.
Oh my God.
What do you say to him?
AJ
then?
should be here to defend his.
He should.
He was invited.
He was
refused
invited?
invitation
Really?
from AJ Scalzo.
He thought that you would be very mad and wouldn't do it.
Listen, when my colleagues find out that I will be very mad
Jim
tomorrow.
Pop will absolutely love this.
Okay. Well, Jim Pop, he's a natural.
What colleague would not like this? I know
No,
a
there's
decent
a lot.
chunk of your team.
Yes, no, they would. Yes,
They would love it.
Sure. I can't believe that Grace went to this trouble.
I was told that you were the winner of Mother of the Year. I just, came up
She
with some
stayed back
questions.
from New York for this.
I know. Wow.
For this
Thank you, Grace.
24-minute stretch we have
Yes.
here with you before you need to get on your way.
No, this is so sweet about Mother of the Year, but you have to know that there's great mothers learn from the best.
It takes a
mothers.
village. Yeah.
Yeah, and for a while, and you got my mom, you got my mother-in-law, you got all these great moms that teach you something, and you just learn from them.
So you raised us by yourself for a good chunk of time, my brother and I.
Yes.
And AJ, shout out again. And so now, like, looking back on that, and you have Mother's Day coming up, like, what can we ever do? Obviously, we can never repay you, but, like, what are some things that as a mom you're like, I would like that? What's a good gift? And don't just be like, gratitude, because that's some stuff you would say. But I want to know,
For sure,
what's
just be
a
grateful.
good gift?
A gift for me.
The return of we can never
Maybe
repay
finding
you.
a boyfriend.
Oh, Richie
Dagger.
went there. Yep. Richie went there. That's not me, Grace.
It's okay.
We're on God's time. It's whatever happens.
But when someone walks past that's not even cute, my daughter's single. Have you met her? Her name's Grace.
Well, I want to help out where I can. And same with AJ. I guess just living a good life. So what's a gift for me? Working really hard. Work is part of life. And then finding people to love and be loved. Loving and love others, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that Paloma. That's unfortunate. We'll have to cut that out, Brady.
Oh, it's a nice line.
Tell people what you used to make me say when people would stop us at the store.
Grace, look at her eyes, you guys. Not to be weird. Let's not boast about both kids. So good looking. Not to be cool, but
Great genetics. Great
really,
genetics.
The best
honestly.
genetics.
Yep.
Oh, stop. And Grace would be in the grocery cart, and we're walking through the grocery store, and I'm not kidding. No matter Target, grocery store, wherever we are, people would stop me and say, "Oh my gosh, she has the most beautiful eyes," or they'd try to talk to her. "You have the most beautiful eyes." And I had practiced at home and would make sure that she told people. Isn't this crazy? Because you were little.
I was
and
like
she'd have
3.
to say, okay, probably 5 or 6. She'd have to say, "Thank you so much. It's more important to be smart and have good things in your heart." Why did I say that? Because smart and heart rhymed, and I thought it would be so good.
Yeah.
So that I was trying to condition
Yeah,
her.
you don't want to let her get too cocky or arrogant right away. You
early
made her have
on-
good moral compass right
Yes.
there. Be humble.
How do mothers always know what's right? You've
They
never
don't.
been wrong. It's unfortunate. Like about guys, about friends, you always see things coming though, and you know that what I'm talking about. So, like, is it just mother's intuition? What's going on?
I think that it's learning from others' mistakes. Like I'm one of those that doesn't try it, and then I watch closely and then think, okay, that's not something I want to do. And then, of course, making mistakes your whole life. There's an age gap here, so I'm going to know a little bit more than you, if that's okay. They don't
Got
believe
it.
me, but then it
Then
comes
she's
out to be
right.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any good parenting philosophies out there?
Listen, I'm was super close to my dad. Of course, I have a wonderful mom, and I don't have parenting advice because I've learned from great parents. I don't
You're like so reluctant to be
the mother of the year.
Carmen,
Listen, you're the
you
mother
were a
of the year.
single mom for 7 years.
Yes.
You got Grace and AJ.
Yes.
You did something right.
Right. All right.
Let people know.
Okay. Well, and now I have some help.
Yeah, you have a awesome husband named Sean.
Right.
Shout out to Sean.
Shout out to Shaughnessy. Shawnee.
What's the best part about being a mom?
Just watching your kids be good people, honest people, and being grateful. I think when kids are grateful and they recognize kind of the value of life, it makes you like, yeah. But it's just watching you guys, meeting up with you guys. I realize that sometimes I have to build it and you'll come. Like if I don't have a meet me at Moe's, or I have to always create an opportunity.
That's not
to see.
true.
Well, I have to create the opportunity. Look at what happened to me tonight. You create the opportunity and then they'll come. So the best part about that is just seeing you guys thriving and enjoying yourselves. You're both hard workers, thankfully. It's hard to get kids that are hard workers. Is this going to hurt the...
No. Your kids deserve a round of applause. Grace, what's one of your favorite Carmen stories?
Oh my goodness. Coming downstairs and she's like, fix your face, go back up. I'm like, okay. Like, it's just little moments
I feel
that
like she's always looking out for the best. Even when, and then she came in here for a meeting, it was probably a little over a year ago, and I was eating better. I was getting in shape, and I think I lost like 10 pounds or something. And she just looked at me, and instead of being like, wow, Richie, if you hit the gym, you're looking great, she just said, are you okay? You should eat a cheeseburger.
Okay, but that's very funny, right?
Yeah.
Hey, no judgment, but it's because we know each other well. I would not say that.
I know, that's why.
I think this is a good story
bad.
that
It's
sums you up.
Italian polite, right?
It's Italian polite.
She loves through food. She loves through food for sure. She's a really great cook. Tell us how you hurt your back.
Oh, gosh.
This sums you up very well.
So
it's a combination of two things.
Right. I'm 54 because tomorrow...
55. By the time this comes out, you'll be 55 and I will be
so
37.
Exciting. 37 only. That's okay.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, and great success, Richie. Continued success. I was at a family wedding, a couple of weeks ago in Chicago, and I'm a dancer, so I was like, I'm gonna go out here and dance, right? But we're dressed. Sean and I, we think let's go dance. Like we're good dancers. I did a great job. I thought I was fantastic. 2 days later, not so much, Maybe I can't.
What happened?
I can't dip and up and down.
She dropped it low, and then the results say, what do the results say?
Herniated disc between L4 and L5. But it's okay because you know what? With some therapy and, taking care of the inflammation, I'm back in action. So.
But you won the dance floor, right? You left it all out there.
It was impressive. I wish I had video of it.
Yeah, I wish I did too. She honestly can dance so well. It's actually not fair. And then what's the other part of it? I feel like you were always lifting some babies up. If my mom sees a child, she has to hold it, and then she becomes their age and like plays with them like they're all 3 years old. It's great. So I guess
do you do the forehead kiss too? Are you out there kissing babies? You just hoist them up?
No, I play with them and I do lots of like puppet shows or do
like they're like toddlers, and she's like, when the train leaves the station, they're like me.
I play questions with them, like I do like these little
Love it.
My favorite twins are in Bayside. How do you say that? Right outside of Mequon. Bayside. Yeah.
Carmen, what's the story behind Tenuta's? Some of our viewers may be wondering. Popular Italian place over in Bayview.
Oh my gosh, it's outstanding. First of all, it continues.
What is your relation to Tenuta's?
My relation, he's my first cousin, Frank Tenuta, and his brothers. They own Tenuta's in Bayview, and it's a family-run Italian restaurant that continues to receive great praise, even when they compete against some of the most popular, well-known Italian restaurants in Milwaukee. They beat them out in the pizza category, the pasta category. Outstanding. If you haven't been, you have to try it. You have to try it. I mean, it's an eclectic place. Come one, come all. It's right there on the corner of Clements and something. But it's a great place, and it's one of my favorites. You can find me there after work at Cathedral Square after 5 p.m.
On your way home.
On my way home.
It's on the way back to Mount Pleasant.
On my way back to Mount Pleasant.
Do you have any favorite Grace or AJ stories that you would like to
I do, of course. On Wednesday nights, when, single mom time, I would do, pizza and dance party in the den, and I would put music on, and all three of us would dance. I mean, literally every Wednesday night, because people have movie night, and you got to do things to keep the kids busy. So both of them are phenomenal singers. Grace has been heard singing, but AJ, not as much. But if you got him in here, he's a phenomenal singer. Grace is a great singer. She sings the national anthem, among other things.
At Marquette games, the big ones.
But AJ and my mom can dance very well. I can dance, but like they can dance. Oh, they can like dance. And the songs you might be thinking like, oh, like we were dancing to something very wholesome and family. No, it was like, there she goes shaking. Like at 8 years old. Like
2000s rap in the Tenuta household.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yes. And then we'd invite over our cousins and they'd come watch Cindy and Carlissa.
Lisa Woodward and the Jackson and the Woodwards. And
Yeah, it was a thing.
yeah, lots of fun. No, but definitely doing things to keep them busy because I was a working mom and I'm at Johnson 32 years. 32 years, and it was a number I didn't recognize.
Oh.
What should I do? 773.
You could answer and be like, "You're on the podcast."
Hi, come on in. Yeah, no, it's 1-800. I don't.
Tell your moms to always decline what looks like a scam because otherwise they might answer the phone and talk to people.
Yeah, Grace is so good. She's just, yeah. Grace will just, yeah.
I'm like
Neither
your
of us
mom.
We're not, it's so true. We're not a good, one of us are not a good judge of character.
Me,
I think. I'm not
Us.
good. Everybody seems great to me, you know?
That's a good way to go through life, though, opposed to the other way.
It's true.
Yeah. Seeing the best in everyone initially. I mean, sometimes it can go too far.
My dad used to say, Richie, knock it off. You're starting people at 10. You have to start them at 1, and they earn their way to 10. And I would just start people at 10. Come on, how are you? Let's go. But then you get hurt that way, or you get fooled that way, or
Yeah. Well,
any other stories stick out to you?
Yeah, any other stories?
about the kids,
Yeah.
the dance party. AJ had a lot of fun in high school. So we were very.
AJ had his desk in the hallway, and my mom had to come to school one time, and it didn't go well for the teacher, actually, because my mom means business, and the teacher was offending AJ. If she would have kept it, like, by the book, like, your son did this is how we're going to handle it, but she instead, like, attacked the high school student, and so my mom, you go ahead.
What did AJ do to get his desk in the hallway, and how did you lay down the law, Carmen, or how did you flip the situation?
Well, probably it was he was talking too much or doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing, so she thought she'd put the desk in the hallway. But you haven't solved any problems with that. You haven't made it, a good experience for the student or the teacher or the other kids. I mean, if that's the end game is just to have your desk in the hallway, students might find that as a good thing, right? You're out there, it's like great.
Yeah, I would love that,
by, like,
actually.
what up?
Yeah,
Let me
that would've
vie
been
for
awesome.
that, right?
Yeah.
So I just, politely shared that maybe that wasn't the best, outcome to get him to do more. And so we had some words.
Yeah, you had some words.
We had some
It wasn't
words.
just, yeah.
Was it in
words.
Italian or English?
No, it was in English.
Okay.
Italian is reserved for
For
when anger management and those situations.
And anything else, Grace?
No, I'm just thankful for you. To me, you're the mother of the year every year, but I'm glad that others can see how fortunate I've been to grow up with you, how fortunate AJ's been to grow up with you, and you truly are one of a kind. And if anybody meets you or comes across you after this, it takes 2 seconds to know how amazing you are. So
This is such a great birthday gift.
It's not too bad coming on.
It's not too bad. I just feel like Mother of the Year, you have to have a vetting process and other things. And this is.
but
hearing
Bree
it
and I
from
have been
Grace-
extensively vetting you out for Uncut Mother of the Year the last 3 years since we've really gotten to know you.
Okay, that is so.
We take this episode seriously.
I'm honored, honestly. I have a long way to go, but I'm really proud of my 2 kids.
he was honestly scared that you would not do it, and that you would
I would never do this.
Okay, would you have done this without any palomas today?
No, I would not have.
What about after 1?
No, it's not even about the number of palomas. It's about, I thought my friend Richie and I, who share the same birthday, which means something is there, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that I should meet up with our friends to have, and we've been, through a lot the last couple of years. They've helped us launch a successful podcast because they're really good at what they do. And I thought it's just going to be drinks. I didn't think this is the thing.
But even if this goes nowhere, I'm just thankful that this
I'm
exists.
grateful to hear you. I'm grateful to hear what you're saying. It warms my heart. I'm
don't wanna
super
do it.
honored. I just feel like You know how many great mothers there are in the world that are,
We know.
yeah, all right.
All right, Carmen Tenuta, Mother of the Year. Thank you for coming on.
The real MVP.
Thank
The
you.
real
for,
MVP.
yeah, thank you for having me. I hope that this takes off, this Mother of the Year,
That's
accolade.
the attitude.
It is. I hope this takes off for Milwaukee Uncut because there's a million wonderful mothers.
You said that.
Did I say it already? That, to keep this going year after year, to unearth those awesome moms.